Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to solve the Stark's 4x4x2. So for those of you who do not know what this is, it's basically a handmade 4x4x2 and it's made from a Shengsha 4x4. Now for those of you who did want to see my box, here it is. This is what it looks like. This is real quick. I'm going to be explaining all this later in the review. Yeah. So you can go ahead and buy this on the SEMU store. It has international shipping, of course. You just need to drop a mail. You can ask me how you can buy it from there. It's for $25 excluding shipping, so you do have to pay for the shipping. Anyway, these are radium stickers. Many people were asking, so I'm just really quickly telling. These are radium stickers, so they glow in the light. Anyway, this 4x4x2, I mean any 4x4x2, is one of the most basic cuboids out there. It uses the basic cuboid algorithms as well, and those of you who do not know what those are, you can go ahead and check out my video for those as well. But you do not have to worry if you do not know the algorithms, because I'm going to be giving notations over here as well. Alright, so how do you even scramble this? You first scramble it in its cuboid form, and then you shapeshift it later. So first let's scramble it in its cuboid form. So notice how I'm not shapeshifting yet. Alright, so that looks like a pretty neat scramble. Now I can go ahead and shapeshift it. So what I found here is that if you want it to be really messed up, then you could always alternate these layers. Here's what I'm talking about. So before you shapeshift, you can do this, and then you can go ahead and shapeshift, and then that will create a messier situation than normal. I mean, it just looks better. I'm not pretty sure if the situation is worse, but it does definitely look better in this shapeshifting form, of course. Alright, so that looks pretty neat. Alright, so first what you want to do is you want to first solve it like a 2x2. So first you want to get the white and yellow centers, and for now you can just mix the yellow and white. It's not necessary that you have to match a white with white just yet. So let me tell you what I'm talking about over here. So I can see these two. So I'm just alright, so that's an interesting thing. Now this is bandaged. You cannot move the outer layers at all. You first need to get the inner ones, and then you have to bring it back into its cuboid form. So that's why you have to do the centers first. Now I see already this bar over here, and I see that as well. So let me just look down and see if there's another one. Alright, there it is. So this is going to be pretty intuitive. Alright, so you can go ahead and match that with that. If you know how to solve a 4x4, obviously this will be easy for you. Alright, so you can go ahead and match that with that, and then bring it back up. So there you go. Like I said, you do not have to worry about the yellow and white pieces yet. You just want to get that first. Now you flip this over, and then over here you should see some pieces, but unfortunately in this one it's not. But if you actually notice, the centers are right over here. So you could use the 2-look PLL, the 2-look OLL. You know, the cases that come in 2x2 as well. So this case, I think it's called the car case. I'm not pretty sure. Like 2 yellow at the back and 2 yellow at the front. So yeah, I just want to get those up there. So the algorithm for this one is 2-look OLL. So I'm not going to be explaining that. Alright, so there you go. That's there and that's there. Now what you want to do, you still don't have to worry about the yellow and white just yet. Now you want to get it back into its cuboid form. Now I can just simply do this. This is going to be a bit difficult for the people who are just going to start solving the 4x4x2. But you'll get used to it later on. So now you want to find something that you can get back into shape. So what could be possibly done over here? I'm looking through the camera, so it's going to take some time. Alright, so there you go. And you could do that. And now you can't move that. So you've got 2 over here. Alright, there you go. So you've got this case now. Now you just want to bring this over here, so you can put that down and then bring that over here. Alright, so now what you can do is basically swap these two. Not swap, I mean like flip them over. You know that 4x4, that really long algorithm that swaps, that actually flips the edges. So this one goes like that and that one goes like that. So basically you just do it to these two. For those of you who do not know the algorithm, here it is. It's 2R. Alright, so before I begin, I should tell you that when I say R, you're supposed to move only the outer layer, and when I say B and F, you're supposed to move both the layers, because later in the algorithm you won't be able to move one single layer. Alright, so let's begin. 2R, 2B, 2U, L, 2U, R prime, 2U, R, 2U, 2F, R, 2F, L prime, 2B, and then 2R. So there you go, you have it. You now have it in your cuboid shape. You could try something else as well, but there's always a way out, one or the other way, when you're getting it back into the cuboid shape. So like I said, it's pretty intuitive. All you have to do is just apply a bit of your brain, and yeah, if you have any queries, obviously you can ask me and I'll get things done for you. Alright, so now you can go ahead and pair up the white with the white. So I know that this piece is over here, so I can pair this with that and then bring it back up. So white and then yellow's right over here. Now what you want to do is you want to pair the edges. Now this is one of the most trickiest part. I mean, not in the beginning, but if you have like two edges left in the end, that might be a bit messy. So there's nothing to worry about, it's pretty easy, but it's just long. So you first want to pair up the white edges. So how do you do that? Here I see white and green, and here I see white and green. So I'm going to be putting this right over here. There it is, and then there it is. Now when I actually turn this, those two are paired up, but oops, the centers are messed up. So like in a normal 4x4, when you first learned the 4x4, you learned the beginner's method, in which you paired them up, put in a bad edge, and then bring it back down. So we're going to be doing the same thing. So basically you first get this in line with that, the other piece, and then you can pair these up, then you can put it up and bring in the bad edge and then replace it with that. Now you can get the centers back, and then there you go. This is pretty intuitive as well. Now I'm going to be pairing up the white and red. So white and red, I'm going to be bringing it up over here. So here's the white and red, and then the other white and red is over here. So when I do this, those two are paired up. Now when you look up, you've seen white and green and white and orange, both of them are solved, so there's no bad edge over here. So what you can do is basically flip it over, and then you can find a bad edge over here. Now as you can see, this is already paired up and this is a bad edge. So what you can do is you can get the bad edge down there. So you take that up, replace it with the bad edge, and then bring it back down, and then do that. So yeah, there you go, you've got white and red as well. Now what's left? There's white and blue. So white and blue, there's white and blue, and then there's white and blue. Now you're looking up and there is no bad edge, you're looking down, there is no bad edge. So what can you do over here? Now since you're pairing up these two, you do not need this one, right? So you can just go ahead and put that up and replace it with a good edge. Now you have a bad edge up there. Now when you go ahead and pair up your white and blue, you can notice that you do have an available bad edge. So you replace it, get it with the bad edge down there, and then you solve it back. And that way you will get your edges done. Alright, so what do you do when you get this case? It's basically a case in which you've solved all the other edges and then you've just got these two left. So in my case, it's the white and orange and white and blue edges. They're the only ones left to be paired, and all the rest are paired up. Now you've got no bad edges to replace them with, so what do you do now? You want to set them up in such a case, in such a way that they're across from each other. So here is one and here is one, and you want to keep one in front and one on the back. So what we're going to be doing in this is basically we're going to be flipping these over. So when they're flipped over, this one will come over here, but it'll be flipped, and this one will come over here and they'll be flipped. And then when you do this, basically those two will get matched up, and then we're going to be using the 5x5 algorithm, which I have no idea what the name is. Basically what it does is swaps these two edges. Once that is done, then we're going to be flipping them again, and it will be solved. You have to do this really carefully because it's really long, and if you mess it up, the entire cuboid will get messed up. That's why it's a bit what do you say, intermediate level. And while you're actually applying the algorithm, you might get stuck because of the orientation problem. It might not lockups. I can't call it lockups because this cube has no lockups. This is basically, you have to get used to how it moves. Yeah. So anyway, let's start off with flipping these two and the algorithm once again. Okay, when I say R, you're supposed to move the inner layer, and when I say L, you're supposed to move the inner layer of the L as well. Alright, so the algorithm is 2R. Wait, well, let's do that again. 2R, 2B, 2U, L, 2U, R prime, 2U, R, 2U, 2F, R, 2F, L prime, 2B, and then 2U. Sorry, 2R. So now as you can see, those two got flipped over, and now if I do this, they'll get matched up, but you can't really do anything about that yet. So now what we want to do is use the 5x5 algorithm, and once again you're supposed to move the inner layers this time for R and L. So the algorithm once again is L prime, 2U, L prime, 2U, 2F, L prime, 2F, R, 2U, R prime, 2U, and then 2L. So now you can see those two are solved, and now we are left off with this one. Now once again you can just do the flipping algorithm, and then they'll come back to this place. So the algorithm once again is 2R, 2B, 2U, L, 2U, see that's 2U, R prime, 2U, R, 2U, 2F, R, 2F, L prime, 2B, and then 2U. And there you go, congratulations, you just got all the centers done, the edges done. I know it was locking up right now, but it wasn't really locking up, it's just the orientation problem which I cannot see through the camera. So yeah, now you've got all the centers and all the edges done. Now you can go ahead and solve it like a 3x3x2 if you do know how to. If you do not know, I'm just going to show it to you. Now what you want to do is you want to get your first layer done. So blue there, blue opposite green, and then orange comes over here, and then red comes over there. So you do want to make the cross first. So blue, red, green, and then orange. Now you look for a white corner piece, which is right over here, and then you put it where it's supposed to go, right above where it's supposed to go. And then you want to use the corner drop algorithm, which is 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. And then there you go, the algorithm has worked. And then now white, green, and red, corner drop again, 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. Now you want to use this piece and then drop it down over here. So 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. There you go, your first layer is not yet done. There you go, the last one is there. So 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. And then there you go, you have your first layer done. Now what you want to do is, oh nice, I already got this. But just I'll just put it in a case where it doesn't have anything yet. Alright, so now what you want to do is, after you get your first layer, you want to look for headlights. So this is basically your headlight. Two corners matched and the inner one is different, or it could be the same color, but these two are matched up. And then now you can use the T-perm for the cuboids. Now if you do not have a headlight in the first case, you can just go ahead and apply this wherever you want. But if you do have headlights, you want to keep the headlights on the left, and then you want to go to R, U, to R, U prime, to R, and then you want to move the entire cube 90 degrees, and then to R, U prime, to R, U, and then to R. Now you'll notice everywhere there'll be headlights. So there you go. Now what you can do is use the opposite edge swap algorithm, so replace this with that, and then yeah, the algorithm is to R, to U, to R, to U, to R. There you go. To U as well. Now again you can use this over here, so it gets swapped with that. To R, to U, to R, to U, to R, to U, and then there you go. Those two are left. Now these two are left. This is not actually possible in a cube, but it's possible in cuboids, so that's the most interesting thing about them. Now you want to swap these, so the algorithm for the adjacent edge swap is 2RU, sorry, 2RU, 2RU, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2RU, 2RU prime, 2R, and there you go, your cuboid is now solved. So guys, I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and you can go ahead and buy your Starks 4x4x2 from the SCME store for $25, and yeah, it's basically a pretty fun puzzle. If you want to see a review of it, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be making a review of this really soon. And I have 2 more orders to make right now, but after that's done, I'm going to be making a limited edition one, and it'll be a bit different from this. It's gonna be a 4x4x2, but it's just gonna look a bit different. Yeah. So yeah, thanks guys. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button and subscribe for more unboxing news and reviews related to cubing. Have a nice day, guys.